Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. This week we're looking at a lovely new style from Wille. This is Destiny and the color is Bernstein Rooted. I can't wait to get a good look at this little wavy bob style. First, I wanted to thank Shirley's Wig Shop for sending me Destiny so that I could review her for you. And also to remind you that Shirley has a private Facebook group called Shirley's Wig Shop, Hair's Looking at You Kid. It's a wonderful private group. We just exchange ideas and information or just show off our beautiful styles, and we invite you to join us there. Also, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe down below, like and comment, and we'll get started. So as you can see, Destiny here is just an adorable kind of mid-length bob style with these loose waves. It's almost more like a little bit of texture rather than waves. You do have a little bit of a flip here in the front, and I might want to relax that just a little bit. It will probably relax over time as well, but I like to show you what I think the style can achieve right out of the box, and so we'll probably do that together. Then you have this longer fringe, these pieces in the front that are easily swept to the side and incorporated in the style, or you could also cut shorter bangs if you would like. But I love this length because it's also very easily tuckable or pinned back. Let's look at some of the features. So we have an extended lace front, and it runs from about here to here on me. I love that. I am seeing some lighter fibers in the front and a hairline that's not at all too dense. If you look closely, you will see a couple of knots. And in fact, there's one here with a little fiber, I think, that has broken off at the end. I might just pluck that. If I see a knot here or there that bothers me in a hairline, it's so easily plucked and removed. So I'll probably want to do that. And of course, we'll do that together as well. Then you have a left mono part, and right now we still have that zigzag part line. So I will absolutely want to remove that and create a part line there and see if we can achieve some scalp appearance. And also, I think we will need to steam these fibers away from the face. You can see they are falling forward quite a bit, as is often the case with bob styles. Really just beautiful. And these synthetic, they're not heat-friendly synthetic fibers, just feel really soft and silky. So let's get a quick look at her right out of the box before I've done any styling. Here she is from the right, and the back, and the left. All right, next we will change this part line and steam it in place and steam the fibers away from the face. Then we'll look at the cap construction. We'll go over some styling options for this beautiful style. We'll take her outside so we can get a good look at this beautiful color in natural light, and then we'll go over final thoughts. So I have my rat tail comb here, and I'm going to run it down the center of the zigzag part to create a new part line. And right now, at least, I am not seeing a lot of scalp appearance in this area. So we will want to work on that with some scar tape and possibly some powder as well. I do like to create a little bit of scalp appearance in my monofilament parts and or tops as well, just wherever I have it parted. So we'll do that, and I'll get a good look at it when it's on the blockhead. But let me go ahead, clip these fibers back so it doesn't just revert to the zigzag part. And then I'll take her off and I'll put her on a blockhead and we'll start steaming. I clipped the fibers back on both sides, and the first thing we'll do is steam this new part line in place. Then I'll want to steam the fibers away from the face a little bit on both sides just to give it a little lift in the front. That really helps to keep fibers out of your face throughout the day. And lastly, I do want to relax these little flips here just a little bit so they're not bending upward quite as much, which probably would happen over time anyway. I just like to help it along. So we'll do that together. I like to use a little handheld clothes steamer that I have. This is the iSteam steamer that I purchased on Amazon. And I have a full video on my channel all about how I like to steam style my synthetic wigs. And I will leave a link to that in my description box as well in case you'd like to watch the whole video. So let's go ahead and get started. When you're steaming your wigs, be sure to direct the steam at the fibers, not at the delicate lace front or monofilament portions of the cap. Keep your steamer moving. Don't leave it in any one place for more than 3 seconds. All right, I think that should do it. Now I need to let these fibers cool completely so the new style can set. I'll put her back on and we'll see if we like these results. So she's back on my head and the fibers are nice and cool to the touch now. Let's see if we like how this turned out. All right, I think I am loving that. You can see just a little lift in the front and on the side. And you can sweep these bangs to the side. Such a pretty look. And the fibers are a little more relaxed in the front here. Let me go ahead and show you though. I did, even though I have some scar tape underneath the part line, I'm not seeing a lot of scalp appearance right now. I am in the center of that mono part and you could play with that, but I have some scar tape on there, so let's go ahead and add a little bit of matte eyeshadow. I just used the NYX shadow palette. This is Warm Neutrals. And I use a skinny little makeup brush. And I just go ahead and I'll place some of the powder on the part line. It's a little hard to see here in the camera, but I'll do my best. All right, I think sometimes it's easier to do when it's not on your head, but you get the idea. And then you just remove any excess that might be on the fibers themselves. And then you have a little bit of scalp appearance. I just really think that that adds to the realism for a style. Lastly, I did want to work on, I remember seeing this one knot in the front, right here, where one of the fibers has broken off. And so this is how I like to pluck a knot at the front hairline. Now you need to be very cautious. Of course, you want to be very careful not to grab the lace. It's a delicate lace, and if you tear it, then that is very difficult to work with. So be very careful that you're only plucking the fiber, and I just like to go in with some very pointed tweezers, and I'm going to just try to pluck that. Sometimes the knot comes out with it, sometimes it doesn't. I think I got it. All right. Now I'm liking that better, and you can see it was easy to do. So next, I think we'll go ahead and we will look at the cap construction. First, I'll remove the piece of silicone scar tape that I like to use to help create scalp appearance, where otherwise my dark bio hair might show through this monofilament. I like to use the AWD Medical silicone scar sheets. I purchased them on Amazon, and I'll leave that in my description box down below. So what we have here is a very deep left mono part, and you have a little bit of room to move your part line around within this area, but it is a dedicated left part. And then we have a lovely extended lace front. You can see it comes maybe a third to halfway down the ear tabs on both sides. And I love these extended lace fronts because they allow you to style the fibers away from the face and still have that appearance of natural hair growth, you know, with that extended lace front wherever you have that. So love that feature. Then we have soft ear tabs with metal stays, a standard nape, not an extended nape, and Velcro style adjusters. We have open wefting on the sides and in the back, which creates a nice and stretchy cap. Now, I want to mention I left these adjusters where they were, and this cap fits me very comfortably. I have a 22-inch circumference. All my measurements will be listed in the description box down below as well, so that you can compare them to your own. And this cap is a petite average cap, but even with my 22-inch circumference, this particular cap style fits me very comfortably. I checked the style for permatease, and there is a little bit of permatease. I found it in several areas, but it's really minimal and well done. And I think you still have a very natural density with this style. No obvious poofy permatease or anything like that. So lovely cap construction overall. So let's look at some styling options for this pretty mid-length bob style. I think you have quite a few because you do have a little bit of length, especially also in the front here. And the density is not too high, so I think there's a lot you can accomplish. Let's just go over a few that I personally like to do. So I always like to test an ear tuck, and on this side I like to do a half a tuck. I think that's a soft look and easily keeps fibers out of your face throughout the day. And I think on the left here you could do a full tuck easily, and it's not at all too bulky. You have a low enough density that I think that works well, and that's a cute asymmetrical look there. I want to show you the headband because this also allows me to show you what kind of coverage I'm getting from this style. So let's do that. All right, I think that works well. And keep in mind again that this is a petite average cap, and I have a 22-inch circumference. So first, that lace front again that runs from about here to here on me. I think that is looking very natural. I like the lighter fibers that they have in the front, and the density. This parting space I think also looks very natural. So I would feel very comfortable wearing this away from the face. I think it looks beautiful. And then in terms of coverage, I'll run my fingers along the edge here, and this is the bottom of the ear tab. So quite a bit of coverage. These petite average caps, at least this type of cap construction for Ellen Wille, tends to fit me well. I do have a little bit of bio hair showing here. That is always the case. I just have a low hairline. And but yeah, I would say this is really a nice amount of coverage for me for this style. So definitely a cute look as well. Lastly, let's look at a ponytail. And now it really depends on your circumference. If you have a smaller circumference, you'll be able to create a fuller ponytail. For me, it creates just a cute little stubby ponytail. So I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like on me. All right, and I wrapped that hair tie around 3 times, so that confirms to me, I would say this is a lower density, probably medium to low density style. That's what it feels like to me, given the amount of volume and fibers that we have. So of course we do have some shorter pieces that will want to fall out, and I think that's pretty framing the face. You can always pin that back or tuck it. So hopefully that looks good. Let's go ahead and do a quick spin. Here she is from the right, and the back, and the left. So as you can see, really a nice amount of versatility for this little wavy bob style. Next, I want to go outside and we'll get a good look at this beautiful color in natural light. So Bernstein Rooted. As you can see, this is a lovely bronze shade between a brunette and a blonde. And I was very curious to try this color because I've reviewed light Bernstein Rooted and I've reviewed Bernstein Multi-Shaded, but never just Bernstein Rooted. So this is my first time looking at this color and I really do love it. So let me read you the description from Shirley's website, and the color code is 122619. The description is lightest brown and light golden blonde with light honey blonde blend and shaded roots. So absolutely you can see the brunette tones in there and the rooting. It's not at all too dark of a rooting and not too long. I think it looks quite natural and just like natural regrowth would. And then I have the samples from the coloring here. So the first shade, that 12, is the brunette shade. That is that light brown. And I'll tell you, I looked very carefully at these samples compared to the style itself. And maybe I can show you best over here. I think there are some brunette tones in here that are actually darker and slightly warmer than this 12 is. So I feel like there are additional brunette lowlights, possibly auburn, that are not in the code description. And if you're familiar with Ellen Wille's colors, then you know that Ellen Wille colors can vary from style to style. So it's very important, if you're interested in a certain color and style, to look at a review or a photo of that exact style in that color, because it does vary from style to style. Let's look at the blonde tones. We have the 19. This is the lightest shade, and you can definitely see highlights here and there. I love these pieces here, and a little bit at the front hairline. And then you have the 26, which is also in the blonde family. So those 3 shades are in that color code, but as I said, I see an additional low light if I look carefully here and there. And I do think overall the effect is a more warm color, or at least neutral leaning warm. So let's go ahead and look at the details out here. Again, we have that beautiful lace front that goes from here to here on me, and I think that looks nice and soft and natural with the lighter fibers in the front. Then we have that parting space, and we can see a little bit of scalp appearance. I did add some scar tape under there and a little bit of matte eyeshadow. So wonderful colors in the front. Let's get a quick look and show her to you from all sides. Here she is from the right and the back and the left. So absolutely, just a lovely, warmer bronze shade with some natural looking rooting. And I think overall it just really suits this little bob style very well. Next, we'll go back inside and we'll go over final thoughts. Destiny here is just an adorable mid-length wavy bob style. It's a really relaxed wave pattern. Almost really more texture than waves, I would say, especially after you wear her a while and comb her with a wide tooth comb a few times. You do have these little flips in the front, and we did relax these a little bit with steam earlier in the video. You certainly could relax them even more, and that will make the whole style appear a little longer, at least in the front. And you could trim them just whatever you like. I think it's nice to have a little bounce in the front, and now this kind of curved under effect is not too extreme for me. I like it this way. So lovely style, lovely layers throughout as well. Even though this is a bob style, you have a few layers. You have these fringe pieces. They're long. It's really more longer, face framing layers that you could cut shorter, or you can sweep to the side the way I have. So really a lovely style. These synthetic fibers are wonderful, and at this length shouldn't require too much maintenance. And the features, we have that extended lace front that we've looked at, really wonderful. We did pluck one of the knots there and fibers, and we do have a left mono part, which creates that lovely scalp appearance. So absolutely a wonderful cap construction. This color, Bernstein Rooted, I'm so glad I tried it. This is another lovely color, and I believe it's a fairly popular bronze shade by Ellen Wille. I think it looks natural. I love this rooting, not at all too extreme, and these blonde and brunette tones are just really lovely and warm. So I wanted to remind you that Destiny here is available for purchase from Shirley's Wig Shop. I will leave a direct link to her in my description box down below. And as always, I wanted to thank you for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.